Hello, friends and neighbors. Gotta put a hat on because you don't want to stare at my bald head. Got some injury, apparently. Good morning. How we all doing today? YouTube is just giving me problems. I don't know what's up with it. It didn't want to start. It did not want to start. But I do because I got my coffee here. And I am ready to go because we had a good day on Monday. A good day, as Ice Cube said. I actually did mess around and get a triple double because we got 3 for 3 with 3 home runs in starting 9. We did walk off on our first try, and we did well in the grid. So it was like a triple double. I can't wait to show you my grid from yesterday. I usually don't do the grid off stream, but I did yesterday because I was waiting for a call, and I did really good. I don't know what my score was like. I think it was a 6 or a 7 when I did it in the morning. So I don't know. It might have turned into like a 10 or something, but I did really good. I was very proud of myself. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and start some 9 because I already said start. So we gotta go to that first. We're on a 9-game hitting streak, which is really good for us. More than that, though, we're on a 3-game homer streak. And I don't remember what we did at the end of last week, so I don't know if I doubt it's more than that. But we are on a 3-game homer streak, which is definitely my top. So let's go ahead and get into it. It is, should we just call it Wild Card Wednesday? Anything goes. All right, so we are at 3-0. I guess we start. You guys have got me going with the third base now. So we'll go there. We've got another contemporary game. That means we do have a chance here. And with A-Rod and Uke, we have definitely got a chance here of going 4 home runs back to back to back to back. Now, the question is, I'm assuming this is a Yankees-Red Sox game. It could be a Yankees-White Sox game. I don't remember you hitting this far down with the Red Sox. And we have had the Yankees already. And this might be our Bill Nolan game. I'll bet you this is our... but again, I just don't remember Youkilis hitting this low as a Red Sox. But A-Rod, I don't think Uke was in the league when A-Rod was in the Rangers or the Mariners. I know not the Mariners. And I don't think he could have been? Like his first year? Huh. I'm going to do this. Since we haven't had a Bill Nolan game yet this week, I'm going to risk my streak. The smart money, well, true, would be the Yankees, but we've had the Yankees. But I know that doesn't mean it does. It does have some unique names. I thought catchers did too, but third base does seem to work a little bit better for that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This might be a rookie game, and this might be the Rangers. That's right. A-Rod he was a shortstop. Well, was not third until mid-career, but Yeah, this has got to be the Yankees, and we've already had the Yankees. I mean, this is either the Red Sox or the White Sox. Assuming that we don't need the Yankees. And again, since I brought it up that that's one of the things I key on, I know you said that it might be possible to have the same team twice in a week. But what I'm thinking here is Bill Nolan has written 7,499 articles. Watch this not be A-Rod. Watch just be like Wandy Rodriguez. I think he was a pitcher, but I'm gonna third base. Yeah, now this is all weird. Batting second, playing third base. Watch, this is Pudge Rodriguez just somehow getting some random start at third. And this isn't even Kevin Youkilis. This is like this is Bob Youkilis. I mean, I know we're going to get this. It's just I would love to have 4 home runs in a row. Geez, I don't know. Now I'm kind of leaning towards this being the White Sox. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I mean, we know that if there's a 50-50 chance, I'm going to probably not get it, but I'm going with the White Sox. Hold on to your butts. Nope. Not even. So it's got to be a Bill Nolan article. Like Cameron getting nervous. What's Tuffy? Oh, Tuffy Rhodes had 3. Scooter Jeanette. I was looking into I was doing research on Scooter Jeanette to see if I wanted to do just a short video on him and that his big home run game. And then I looked at his social media and I thought, you know what? I think I'm good. I think we're good. All right. Well, we kind of know who we're working with here. So, well, let's go DH. We can go DH here. Okay, so now we know it's a Bill Nolan article. I could have done it.
Oh, you guys.
I could have had. Oh, did I? Okay, no. I could have had a 4-game hit streak. Could have. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But we got a 10-game hit streak. Oh, look at that. It's Bill Nolan. I got to just follow my gut with that. If we haven't had a Red Sox and there's a possibility it's a Red Sox, it's a Red Sox. September 17th, 2004, Mo proves mortal, allowing Red Sox a come from behind win. Dang. I say we, I mean me and my brain just should have settled on what we had first. All right, September. So this is late in the season here. Red Sox, Yankees in 2004. This game probably meant something. Both these teams are extremely self-important and we got Poppy in there. So there's like an extra 15 minutes just for him at the plate. 340. Yep, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's around what we're looking for. I am going to say I'm going to even go a little bit higher. I'm going to go 346. Bob Youkilis, the Greek god of hitting ninth. That's very good. Very good. Like, Uke is a brewer now, though. I think he should have gone into wine. Like, I think A-Rod has a wine, doesn't he? I think he's got a little of everything. I know somebody Somebody's got a. Oh, I guess it's Drew Bledsoe has a wine. Go Cougs. All right, yeah, I'm set 3:33. All right, Andrew's going for a quick Yankee Red Sox game late in September. I'm gonna say, what did I say? 3:48. I'm gonna go 3:48. Get your over-unders in with a 3:48. Here we go. Wow, 3:19. How in the world did these two teams play a 3 hour and 20-minute game? Let's see here. We've got some, I wouldn't say peak, but definitely early idiots here. Let's see if Uke, was this, what is this, 2004? Was this his, yeah, that's his rookie season. That's why he was batting so low. We got Drunk Boy, A's legend, Mark Bellhorn, Manny, Poppy, Trot, the lefty. He was a lefty, right? Yep, lefty. I tried to trade for him every year. Doug Mientkiewicz. Yeah, they did. I think they did skip an inning. Probably the 8th there. They skipped it. They might have skipped 2. I think I've told you guys that in the Mariner control room, they play a game where when people have odd names like Doug Mientkiewicz, they try to make a sentence using that odd name with that name in it. And Mark came up with the Doug Mientkiewicz one because nobody else could, so you had to leave it to Mark. And I don't remember. Maybe I'll have him. We're recording the pod today. Maybe I'll have him tell that story. This is podcasting 101. To hear the story, because I can't remember exactly what he came up with. You've got to listen to the pod this week. It'll be out on Saturday. But he came up with a sentence and used Mientkiewicz in it. Can you do it? This is the thing. Can you do it? Can you come up with a sentence where Doug Mientkiewicz you can use in there? Was that a Yankees Red Sox game at Fenway in the late 90s? Yankees blew them out late in the game. A fight broke out right field and Trot was watching. All right, well, that'll give me a couple stories. I've told you guys about, while I was in college, we'd drive over to Seattle, go to Mariners games for a weekend, especially when the A's were in town. We went over one time. It was the Orioles. They were playing. We were sitting out in right field behind Bone, and a fight started, an actual brawl, bullpens, dugouts, everything. And right there in front of us is Buhner. And man, I don't have a bone. How do I not have a bone cue? I gotta get my shit together. But he's not moving. And the reason is he's got his glove up in front of his face, and he's picking his nose. And then he hears everybody, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And then he goes in. I told him that story one time in the press box. He thought that was funny. I went to. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've been to Yankees Red Sox games in Fenway during the playoffs. I don't think I've ever been to a Yankees Red Sox game in the regular season at Fenway. I have been to plenty, though, at Old Yankee Stadium. And that was first of all, just a pleasure. The press box was a gondola, literally, like a hockey gondola, like hanging down, which was something. But I was just hanging over the crowd. I remember looking down, and there were so many fights. And the Yankees weren't particularly good yet. It was still a year or two away. And they had so many fights between Yankee fans that it was incredible. There was one fight between two sailors, like in their sailing casual uniforms. They got in a fight. just fights everywhere at Yankee Stadium. It was, I loved going to Yankees Red Sox games at old Yankee. Let's see. Anybody else here that, I mean, we knew we were going to get this. Then we got Jeets, A-Rod, Chef, Porn Boy, Georgie, Don't Shake My Hand. This guy, Go Cougs, Olerud, Miguel Cairo, and Kenny. There's the one season with Kenny Lofton. Had a starter by El Duque. Wait, I didn't want Kenny. I wanted Miguel Cairo. I always thought he looked like a Latino. Or was it him? No. He kind of looks like a Latino Derek Jeter. Like just barely. Not as attractive, I guess. I mean, I could admit the ladies like some Jeter, but all right. We got it. Just missed a home run. Just missed it. You were in the bleachers. There's a dude in a Jeter who was being a total ass. Shocker. And eventually he got in a fight and got tossed. I just don't understand getting in a fight at a game. I'm there to watch a baseball game. I have never even been close to a fight in a baseball game. In the stands. Playing, I've recently been close, but no. I remember my dad almost started one at a basketball game because he's just a fucking old man. But no, I don't think I've ever even, I mean, I've seen them, but I've never gotten close to being involved with one. I just ignore it and try and watch the game. All right, next game. Let's go third base. Ooh, we got Bob. I'm assuming this is Bob Aspromonte and Ron Santo. I am guessing Astros, Cubs. Astros, Cubs. Now, I think we got to go Cubs. Although we don't have a lot of Astros games. This game snapped your 41-game hit streak. Uh-oh, then that means it is clearly not as easy as Astros and Cubs. Or maybe it was even the Colt 45s at this point. Uh-oh. Well, that worries me because that means this is not the Cubs because that has got to be exactly where you went. You can second guess yourself with the White Sox again. See, now I don't know if that's a clue or not. Oh, no. I did not choose third base. All right, well, then I'm going with the Cubs. I choose third base because of you guys. And then you didn't choose it with a 41-game hit streak? I alter back between third and catcher now if I'm playing a regular game. All right, let's go Cubs. We got the Cubs. Okay, Aspromonte. I think this is probably the Colt 45s, but you know we'll choose Astros. 73. I'm stupid. Well, I'm stupid all the time. 73 Topps traded card. All right. Well, look at that. I'm assuming that's for Ron Santo, not Aspromonte. Pitcher, catcher, short, first, center. All right. Well, I'm not choosing any of those because if you didn't know their names, I was trying to think what Jimmy Wynn was an outfielder, wasn't he? Was he a left or a right field? I'm going to go left. Pendleton. Well, I don't think it's Terry. Trying to think if I know any more Pendletons besides Terry. I don't think I do, but we're going to choose the Astros. All right, here we go. There we go. I'm pretty happy. I got both teams from the get-go there. It's just the usual, if I got to choose one, just like the last game, I'm going to choose the wrong one. We could have had 5 home runs in a row. 5 home runs in a row. All right, let's get our time in, and then I'll look at this card you guys are talking about. Kurt Blumenau. That's a new name for us. Blumenau. I think that's Spanish, right? Blumenau. Definitely. Very. Maybe Eastern European, Japanese, Australian. April 19th, 1962, Roman Mahias draws Houston's first ejection. Manager Harry Kraft also thumbed. That's it. I know what thumbed means, obviously, in this context, but that kind of sounds like he was fingered. 1962, we got a shutout. There's a lot of hits. Sounds like there were some arguments. Terry Pendleton had a brother. Yes, it's definitely French. I was, again, making my lame attempt at humor. But they're mostly minors. Minors, I like when you throw minor league games in there, but there's really no chance of getting them. There's just no chance of getting them. Because you're just not thinking minors. Let's see, 62. I'm going to say this was probably under 3 hours, but maybe just barely. I'm going to say 242. 242. Get your over-unders in. 242. Bam. Nailed it. By the way, I spent several hours on Monday after the stream. I spent several hours going through Michelle Bairn. I don't remember how you say her last name. She's the host of Nailed It. I think she also does the voiceover for The Circle. And she is in this really funny NBC sitcom called Grand Crew, which I thought was going to have, I thought they shot a second season. I don't know if I just missed it, but I really loved that show. That show was really funny. You guys both were a little bit under. I, however, nailed it. But I even watched a couple of episodes of the show trying to get a clip of her saying, nailed it, just like that, like I hear in my head, and I can't do it. So if you find one, let me know. All right, there we go. Bob Aspromonte. That gave it away for me. And Joey Amalfitano. See, that would have led me to the Cubs again. Big draw for the 1-8 Cubs. Yeah, look at that. Well, okay, now this is a Thursday afternoon game in April with a 1-8 team. The temperature was probably about 33 degrees. There was probably a stiff wind, no sun. I don't blame them. I wouldn't have gone. Bob Aspromonte is the only one that would have helped me here because Joey Amalfitano, I just remember him as a Cubs coach. Who else did he play for? Giants, Houston for that one season, and then the Cubs too. Wow, I can't believe I knew that one. And then for the actual Cubs, we got Billy Williams, Banks, Santo, Mo Thacker. That's a good name. That seems like a catcher name. I mean, a backup catcher. Maybe a third string, keep him in the minors for when your catcher gets injured kind of catcher. But, oh, he was buried in Louisville. I could have visited his grave. Oh, I guess wait, where is he buried? Oh, cremated. I'm an expert at graves in Louisville after my trip there. All right, well, we got it. This is pretty impressive for me here. Seattle Pilot legend Merritt Renew. George Altman just passed away. Yeah, that is a pretty impressive lineup there with Williams, Banks, and Santo. Well, I was gonna look at a card here. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Ron Santo? I think we're talking about Ron Santo cards. Ron Santo, and then what was it? 1974 T. Oh, that is kind of a cool card. It's like spring training. So I wonder, did he go to the Cubs late? Like, or were they just using pictures from the previous season? I'm wondering why he would be in a traded set. All right, well, we're kicking ass here. So let's go to our final game for today. Game number 6. Third base. All right. Finally, some names I have no idea who they are. We've got Johnston, Mark A. Johnston at third, and Bokel. I'm still waiting. I haven't seen anybody in chat come up with a sentence that uses Doug Minkiewicz in it. Like here, if this is Bokel, you could say, like, both of our shepherds are very vocal instead of vocal. You kind of just do it half and half. Oh, there is a text right there from Mark A. Johnston about recording today. So when he was traded from, he was traded to. Well, then why would his traded card be in a Cubs? I'm confused. Bokel and Johnston. Oh, who? It was Cubs, wasn't it? He went to hang out in his Doug Minkiewicz. You don't need to use Doug. Basically, you want to use the hard word. So Minkiewicz, and if you can make it sound in the way Mark did it, Minkiewicz. He used 3 words: men, cave, and itch. Oh, was I looking at the wrong card? Maybe. I liked the card I saw. All right, Bokel and Johnston. I'm just looking at the teams that we've already used. I have no time frame here. Why don't let's use the White Sox, just because I picked them before and it was wrong 50-50. No. All right. Let's go catcher. Is this Tip? Because I think I don't remember if he spelled his name with 2 or 1 L's. And that's obviously not Chad Kruger. Nor the Kruger that is this is not a contemporary game, I don't think. Who's the Kruger that was in like the 90s or 2000s that was a catcher? Right? Was he Chad? Who's the lead singer of Nickelback? I thought that was Chad Kruger as well. And is this Tip O'Neill, Canadian Baseball Hall of Famer? I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame, but he's in the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. They have an award named after him, I think. Yeah, he's like, after I went dive, I think it was something Bill Kruger. Well, he was a pitcher. So I don't, that is right, but Bill Kruger was a pitcher. His Mankiewicz was something about after Chad Kruger. There you go.
He's not the best color man in the league for nothing, folks.
That's who I was thinking of. So I bet this is Tip O'Neill because I'm pretty sure he was a catcher, although I could be completely wrong. And I don't know who he played for. It was something about after we went cave diving, I was scratching for days because I've got my men's cave itch or something like that. I'll have him do it. Again, gotta listen to the pod. I don't know who Tip O'Neill played for. Is the problem. Let's go with a little bit of Browns Orioles magic. No. All right, well, let's go pitcher. Let's see what we got there. Kadur and Oscar? I wonder if you pronounce that Oscar. Tip was an outfielder. Okay, well, then that's not him. Doesn't matter. Didn't know who he played for anyway, but thank you. I don't know any of these names, I don't think. And I still don't even have a time frame. I mean, we could go Reds. That just gives you the years. I don't know. Cleveland. Detroit. We don't have the Tigers. Yeah, and then the Tigers, yeah. I'm assuming that this is like dead ball era is just my assumption currently. Dodgers, Giants. We've done the Yankees. We've done the Phillies. Got the A's. I mean, there's not a whole lot of teams. Let's just go Bucks. Taking a stab at the dark. No. Gonna say let's keep it in the infield, but then the outfielder somewhere will be a key, undoubtedly. Let's go second base. Yeah, let's go second base. That didn't help. We got Olsen and Pick. Really, I feel if your name's Pick, you should be at first base, but Olsen and Pick. I have just, these names are not helping me at all. Like, not even enough to go with the A's, just for shits and gigs. I'm literally looking at these names saying, does it sound like somebody that would have played in Detroit, Cleveland? Let's go with Cleveland. Do it for the Clee. Nope, I'm not even getting a team. Should we choose DH? All right. Do we keep it on the infield or do we go outfield? I feel like we're going to go outfield and not center field. I don't know why. Right field is calling to me. Nice and Cruz. No, none of these names register at all. This reminds me of Eric Nice from The Real World And then The Grind on MTV, and his dad was an NBA referee. That's what that reminds me of. And then obviously we've got Tommy. I am completely stumped here. I mean, the Reds just for years. I mean, this could be a Federal League game. Didn't you add a couple more Federal League teams? I thought because I remember the Tip Tops and the Buffs, Blues, Bisons. It's not the Spiders, because the Spiders game would definitely probably have like Cy Young or somebody in it. Texas League, I would hope it's not. I did get the one Texas League game that was in this game just because I kind of had an idea to look out for it. There's a Federal League game. See, you've added the Hoosiers and the Packers recently. And the Newark Pepper. And the Pittsburgh Rebels. And this, see, I'm wondering if this is a Federal League game. But no Chicago Whales. Oh, there they are, Chicago Whales. There we go. I'm going to do it. What the hell? I think our 11-game hit streak's about to hit the skids here. If it's the Reds, I'm going to freaking lose it. It was the Dodgers and the Braves. I was never going to do that.
Post-game show is brought to you by
I don't know.
Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
Wah, wah. All right, May 1st, 1920, extreme exercise in futility as Braves and Dodgers play 26 innings, no decision. I literally could have gotten either team. I could have got either team and would have won. I was trying to think that too. Yeah, I know Eric Neese is a different spelling, but that's just what I remembered. That you picked shortstop. Oh, we'll see what we got there. Does Tom Cruise not have a baseball film? I was thinking that. I was going to ask. I thought about asking, what's everybody's favorite Tom Cruise movie? And then I started thinking baseball. Is the closest thing in A Few Good Men, he carries a baseball bat around when he's thinking? Is that the only Tom Cruise baseball like reference? Maybe Risky Business? I don't know. Did he wear a Cubs hat or something? Or I'm trying to like Cocktail. I've never seen Cocktail. I'm trying to think. Does Tom Cruise ever have, besides a baseball bat, does he ever, like in Eyes Wide Shut, does he? I haven't seen that one either. Or Vanilla Sky. Isn't that where he wakes up and there's nobody in the city or something? I'd go right to the baseball stadium. A Few Good Men. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. I'll ask my best friend. He's the movie podcast guy and knows more about movies than I'll ever know about baseball. And he loves Tom Cruise, so we'll see what he can come up with. Plays softball at the beginning and watches an Orioles game. Oh, okay. I think I do remember softball. Doesn't he play softball with a wood bat, though? I was going to say that might be my favorite Tom Cruise movie. But both Top Guns also. I don't think it's based on a Clancy novel. I thought, because Tom Clancy, I mean, I've read most of his novels. He was mainly like espionage and action. This was a courtroom drama. Obviously, I'm sure you're very familiar with A Few Good Men, but that's a good call though on the softball and the Orioles hat. I'm pretty sure though that I remember being upset when I saw him because he was playing softball with a wood bat. But I'll have to review that as well. Let me write that down. Cruise baseball movies. Well, I will get to the bottom of that. I got some non-baseball things to look up. My client's an idiot. There's no luck. Yeah, this movie made my best friend, the movie guy, become a lawyer, and he's been a prosecutor for 20 years now. He lived with me in Atlanta when I was working for the Braves. He was going to Emory Law School there. And this movie was one of the big things that made him become a lawyer. All right. We know this is 26 innings in 1920. We've got a guess of 4 hours and 50 minutes, which is not a bad call. If this was like a even semi-modern game, I would say 6 hours. But this is 1920. Well, let's think about this. 1920. So there's no lights. So, and this is April, May. So it's early in the season. Oh, Jerry Maguire. Maybe? I mean, obviously it's based on Cuba Gooding Jr. is the football player, but as a sports agent, possibly. That's another good call. But tell me what is everybody's favorite Tom Cruise movie? What is it? Is it A Few Good Men, Top Gun 1 or 2, or Eyes Wide Shut? Or whatever. You can say Reacher if you want, but that's awful because he's not Reacher. We've got a 5:01. All right, so you guys are right around 5 hours. Here's my thought. This is in Boston in May. They probably started at either noon or 1 o'clock. We've got a Top Gun, one vote for Top Gun. I assume that means the original. The Color of Money. I haven't seen that. That's the pool one with Paul Newman, right? I have not seen that one. Boston, May. Let's say they start at 1 o'clock. Let's say it gets too dark to play in May. I don't know if they had daylight savings time at that point. I think you guys are pretty close. I'm going to go just a little bit longer. I'm going to go 5:15. 5:15. Warren Corbett with the story here. 3 hours, under 4 hours. That Yankee Red Sox game that one didn't, but a 9-inning Yankees Red Sox game takes longer than a 26-inning game. Holy ballsack. Speaking of teams that skipped a couple innings, my God. Zach Wheat. Boy, I mean, for a Hall of Famer, I would have not, who played for Brooklyn for 18 out of his 19 seasons, I wouldn't have come up with that. I chose right. I'm kind of glad I didn't though, because if I would have chosen left field and Zach Wheat, nicknamed Buck, and Zach Wheat would have come up, I would have been embarrassed to not know that he played for the Dodgers. For Boston, Rabbit Moranville. Did he play for the Yankees at any point too? No, just mainly Boston with some Pittsburgh, Chicago, Brooklyn, and St. Louis thrown in there. See, I'm glad I would have known Rabbit if I saw that name. There's two Hall of Famers I wouldn't have known where they played. Union man Walter Hulk. I bet you pronounce that Hulk. Yeah, I just didn't know who Rabbit Moranville played for. Well, that one hurts. So we got Robins and Braves. Let's just put Brooklyn. No, let's put Dodgers. Let's put Dodgers and Braves. Because they all fall under the Dodgers and Braves umbrellas, respectfully. All right. Well, that was a tough ending to a good game. Was I going to look at something there? No. All right. Boy, we're taking a long time on these, but I have a lot of fun. Paul, thank you again as usual. Appreciate it. Love the game. Let's do a quick daily walk-off. I see Ricky Henderson and BMO, so I want to play this. 2-time Gold Glove with A's, 90s top 5 SBs. 2014 played mainly outfield. 2014 top 5 putouts. All right. Ricky only had one Gold Glove. I think it was with the Yankees. 90s SBs, probably Stan Javier. And boarding. All right. And Mark would say, stand in the place where you live. All right. Top 5 putouts for 2014. BMO's probably there because he was at third. Chris probably there. Oh, that's hard because Chris was in the outfield. Voter was behind the plate, so there's some putouts. Red was in the outfield. Rudy Cess did not. Oh, Chavi did. Is that it? I think that's it. Send it. Oh, missed one. Well, Cess played the outfield, so it must be Jaso. Was Jaso a catcher? There we go. All right, just missed. All right, do the grid. First of all, yesterday's grid. I want to show you my results because I was really happy with it. A rarity score of 8. All right. It looks like it stayed pretty much put from yesterday. Rob Deere's the only one I had more than 1% on. I was trying to keep it under, and I also wanted a Pena bingo, but I couldn't think of anybody. Alejandro Pena is the only other Pena I could think of, and he didn't fit in that square. So, all right, let's go ahead and do today's. I want today's grid home. All right, we got the Blue Jays played catcher. It was an all-star. We got the Mets, the Mariners, and the Orioles. So we have got 2 Ricky squares. Oh, thank you.
He's not the best color man in the league for nothing, folks.
All right, Orioles. Lower score here, probably going to be on the Mariners. That does take away a Daniel Vogelbach could go here. I think we'll put Ricky here. Olerud might be the number one here. So we'll put Ricky here. Oh, Oli could go up on the other one too. Oh, wow, 12%. All right, so here we could put Olerud. Oh, we could put Charlie O'Brien. How about that? I hope I'm not coming down with a cold. Charlie O'Brien. That'll be a low score. Terry Steinbach does not like Charlie O'Brien. Charlie O'Brien, at least he didn't as a player. Charlie O'Brien, too talkative behind the plate, according to Steinbach. Olerud could go there. I think we're going to go Charlie O'Brien. Charlie O'Brien, the first catcher to wear the hockey-style mask in the big leagues. Also, very curly hair. Very curly hair. And then we got Blue Jays and the Orioles. Roberto, but it's a Wednesday. We don't use the dental list. We probably wouldn't use him anyway. Let's see. Reigns didn't play there. Didn't play in Toronto. I don't think Tony Fernandez played for the Orioles. He might have. He played for a lot of people at the end of his career. Let's see. George Bell. Trying to think of the old school guys. Kelly Gruber. Mike Flanagan. That's a good call. I don't know if I would have come up with Flanagan. That's a good call. I haven't heard that name for a while. Ben McDonald. Oh, wait, I was focusing on Blue Jays. Let's see. Cecil Fielder. Did Damasio Garcia play for the Orioles? Damasio Garcia. Maybe. I don't think he did. Let's see. McGriff, no. Charlie O'Brien. Pat Borders. Don't know if Pat Borders played for the Orioles. Kelly Gruber. Ed Sprague. Delgado. Damasio did not. That was I don't know where I pulled Damasio Garcia from, but I would have been proud of that. Let's see. In the outfield, we had Mookie Wilson. Joe Carter. Oh, Joe Carter would fit here, wouldn't he? Didn't Joe Carter play for the O's? Or am I thinking of Tomei? Maybe I'm getting Jim Tomei mixed up. Jimmy Key. Boomer. Boomer is a good call. Jimmy Key. I'm not sure I remember him playing for the Orioles. I'm sure he did. I don't remember it. Moose didn't. I think Boomer is a good call here. Oh, I shouldn't have used Charlie O'Brien here when we've got a catcher category. Let's do Boomer. David. I had to remember his first name. Damaso. Well, then I would have probably not. If I just type in Damasio, how would I have spelled it? Damasio. I would have gotten there maybe eventually there. All right. Oh, Boomer's not bad. Yeah, I'm going to say 20% 20%. I'll say 90% of people's names wrong. That is my brand. Doyle Alexander. Oh, I wouldn't have. For the Jays, I wouldn't have come up with it. I remember him for the Jays. I don't remember him for the O's. That's a good pull there. He was traded for Smoltz, wasn't he? Atlanta traded him for Smoltz. All right. Played catcher. Well, this will be fun. Oh, I'm going to do this for the second day in a row. I'm going to go with Sugar Jesus. Jesus Sucre. That is the second day in a row I have used Sugar Jesus in the grid. He's going to start showing up on my most used category. Doyle was a cheat code, huh? Oh, for just for in general? Let me look. Well, now how? Oh, Doyle Alexander does not have a baseball reference page. I hope their whole site isn't down. For the Orioles, we could do Javi Lopez. Len Sakata, I know the name. I can picture what he looks like. I wouldn't have come up with him, though. Did he had dark hair, right? And for some reason, I think glasses, but maybe not. I remember that. When I don't remember the game. I remember reading about and hearing about that. We could do Javi Lopez there, or we could do Mickey Tettleton, Fruit Loops. And let's go through those first. And are we going to put the kid here? Probably. Yeah. Yep. I thought he had glasses too. I can imagine. I know exactly what Len Sakata looks like. I know exactly, but I would have never remembered him. I know who he is. I can see his uniform. Elrod Hendricks, that's a really good pull. I would not have remembered that one, though. But that's a good call. I'm kind of... I could have put... Sugar Jesus could have been down here, too. I think for me, it's going to be between Fruit Loops and Javi. And I kind of like them both equally. Rick Dempsey, that's a good call. First catcher, we got Charlie O'Brien, the first catcher to wear a hockey-style mask. And then we've got Rick Dempsey, who I think was the last catcher to wear just a hat under his mask. And then he managed the Orioles, too, didn't he? Oh, see, now Rick Dempsey would be great for me Monday here because he did the Babe Ruth impersonation during a rain delay. Robin Ventura did the Mike Piazza impersonation, and Rick Dempsey did the Babe Ruth impersonation with the belly. That would be perfect for me Monday. Perfect. I am going to go... See, this is what I'm weighing. Fruit Loops, who's an athletic switch hitter, and he's got a great nickname. But on the other hand, Javi Lopez, I sat directly behind him for like 8 years. Paul Richards invented the knuckleball mitt. On Monday, we were talking about this. On Monday, who was it? On Monday, somebody came up and I looked him up. I thought, was it Mel Harder? Because we looked somebody up And one of their accomplishments was invented the knuckleball mitt. It was just in his I mean, I have no reason to doubt that you are correct, and I just wrote this guy down for something else. Yeah, this is not the guy. Who he's saying? Paul Richards. Is that who we looked up? Yep, it was. You're spot on. Yeah, because we looked up one of his cards because it was all airbrushed. Yep. No, that is so weird. Yeah, he's got this really long, the Waxahachie, which I listened to their Tiny Desk concert that was recommended afterwards. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. But that's so weird that we have now talked about him twice in consecutive streams. Thank you for that. That's a good one. I'm going to go with Javi. I think, God dang it, I think he's going to get a lower score. All right. And then catcher for the Mets. Let's do Steve Lyons we could do. Mackie Sasser. Ooh, we should do Mackie Sasser. Couldn't throw the ball back. 4%. I'll take it. Oh, then here we put Gary Carter. And look at that. We have got a bingo of Mets catchers. Straight down the line. All right. All-star for the Mariners. Ed Hearn. Oh, that's another good catcher. It's another. That would have worked as well. Now, I know Lyons wasn't a catcher, but didn't he play all 9 positions once? That's where I got that from. Let's see. I think he played all 9 positions one time. That's why I mentioned that. But it might have not been with the... There's a 2 with Boston. There's a 2 with the White Sox. There's a 2 with the White Sox. Yeah, so it wouldn't have worked, but he did catch several times. He caught 4 games over 3 different seasons. That's the reason I mentioned him. Bruce Bochy, Joe Torre. Nope, I was thinking of Steve Lyons. He just didn't do it with the Mets. Barry Lyons. That name's familiar, but I was definitely thinking of Steve. Did Steve play for the Mets, or am I really off base? Maybe he didn't play for the Mets. That would be the problem. Yeah, he didn't play for the Mets. My thinking was right. It just was the wrong player. All right, Mariners All-Star. Let's think back to the early 2010s when the Mariners had to send somebody. Well, it was usually Ichiro. Ichiro is now in Florida or New York, wherever he went after Seattle. Who were they sending? Seager. Put Seager there. Did Vogelsnacks go as a I think he did. I think we do have a Daniel Vogelback. Because they were playing the A's in Seattle right before the All-Star break. And Vogie and it was probably Jed Lowry for the A's, their only representative, rented a plane and flew to the All-Star game together. Oh, Bhakti, not Bochy. Yeah. I'm a little older. You're not older than me, I bet. I bet I'm the oldest if I'm streaming or if I go into a stream. I just assume I'm the oldest person there. Felix would have definitely been there, but this is by far a better score. Like Felix or any of it. AD, I think AD would have been higher too because AD was always their single representative as well. Maybe Gaylord Perry. Did Gaylord go as a Mariner to an All-Star game, I wonder? Probably not. Because he was just trying to get those wins when he was a Mariner. Not as a Mariner. I think Snacks is the best answer there. It's under a 1. All right, Orioles All-Star. Oh, maybe we go Mickey Tettleton here. Maybe we can fit Fruit Loops in here. All right, age check. Age check. How old am I? I'm either 52 or 53. I'm 53. Yeah, I'm 53. I know I look 24, 25 tops. 58. First major league game was in 1973. You've got us, but not by a lot. You're our demographic. You are absolutely. Gen X is our demographic. That's the sweet spot we hit. So you are welcome here. Well, everyone's welcome, but you are at home here. Paul Blair. I know the name, but I don't know anything about him. What was your first game, by the way, 1973? Where and who versus who? My first game, and that's our second question of the day. Favorite Tom Cruise movie, and what was your first Major League Baseball game? Where and against who? I don't remember the year. I have the scorecard, actually. It was at Candlestick. It was the Giants versus the Reds. And I don't remember anything about the game. I was too young to know what was going on. I didn't know anything about baseball. But I remember it was the remnants of the Big Red Machine. And it was cold, believe it or not, at Candlestick. And thusly, I became an A's fan my entire life until now. Let's do it. Let's do Fruit Loops. I assume he was a all-star. That's the only thing here is, was he an all-star with the Orioles? I'm pretty sure. Maybe he was an all-star with the Tigers. Tiger Stadium, Angels versus Detroit. Nolan Ryan, nice. So I never got to go to Tiger Stadium. I've been to Comerica many times. I never got to go to Tiger Stadium. And I wasn't smart enough all those times I was in Detroit, because there wasn't Uber at that point. I never went out, and I didn't rent a car because the tram just took me where I needed to go. Never went out to where it is. Next time, if I'm in Detroit again, I got to do that. Your first game, Yankees White Sox, 78. Was that at Yankee or was it at Comiskey? Because old Comiskey, haven't been to. Been to both. Yeah, I've been to the new Comiskey. I never got to the old Comiskey, and that's one of my favorite old parks. I would love to have gone there. See the dungeons out there in the bullpens. Just kind of see where Disco Demolition took place. Kind of just see all the Comiskey history. I was the last game at Tiger Stadium. There is nothing that makes me sadder in baseball than seeing an old stadium torn down. When I say old stadium, I mean like Tiger or Comiskey. Like if they were to tear down the Rangers' last ballpark, that's not going to do anything to me. But those old ballparks, when they get torn down, that's sad for me. Was Mickey Tettleton an all-star with the Orioles, or am I thinking he was with the Tigers? I think we're gonna go with it just because we'll have a lot of catchers if this works out at Yankee. So old Yankee. I have not been to New Yankee. I haven't been to Citi Field yet either. I've been to Shea, but haven't been to Citi. Haven't been to the newer parks in New York. All right, we're gonna send it because if we're gonna risk it for the biscuit, because this will be 3, 4, 5, 6 catchers if this works. So here we go. Got it. Nice. The exploding scoreboard. Yeah, they still have it though, right? The new Comiskey is just not the original one. Now think of if we didn't have to use Ricky here, we could have put Pat Borders here. Then let's see, is there a catcher? Pat Borders probably would have worked here. I can't think of off the top of my head a catcher that would have worked there. Maybe Mike Zunino possibly is a catcher here. I don't know if Dan Wilson or Dave Valley would have not been well, we could have used Cal Raleigh here. We could have had an all catcher board today. That would have been a fun project. That would have been a fun project. We're going to do that next week. We're going to pick a position. It's now at the Hall of Fame. I'm assuming just parts of it. I haven't been to the Hall of Fame for 16 years now. Last time I've been. So I don't remember a lot of it. All right, a 27. Not bad. 7.9. Beat it. Let's see. R.A. Dickey. Are you kidding? All right. Piazza, that's expected. David Wright. Did you see somebody sent in? Yeah, I have no desire to go to the new Yankee. I do want to go to City, obviously, go to a Mets game, but I don't care about the new Yankee Stadium. Did you see that the latest ballot that has been made public, they voted for one player, and that was David Wright, and they didn't sign their name. There's Olerud, there's Raleigh, there's Griffey. I mean, that's predictable. Roberto, I mentioned it. Adley Rutschman, I figured that being recent, and then Ripken. I mean, these 6 are all pretty easy to figure out. Those were numbers. If this was the feud, that would have been easy. This one, not so much. This one, yeah. This one, not so much. All right, and the hardest one for anybody was the Mariners and the Blue Jays. All right. Well, I say we did very good there. We could have done an all catcher thing, which would have been even cooler, but that's the way you do it. All right. I know it's past 10 o'clock because this one's freaking out. That'll be it for today. We will be back on Friday. Finish up starting 9. See if we can go 8-1. See if we can get more of those home runs. Greg Zahn. There's another catcher. Yeah. Would he have fit in the Baltimore one? Settle down. You've got to wait. Grievous. Settle. We're trying to work on patience.